Hey everyone, and welcome back into our home over here at Kipko Family Homestead. I'm so happy that you're here. Today I will be taking you along as I do some homemaking, some baking, and sharing some fall favorite comfort foods. Autumn is my absolute favorite season, closely followed by spring, but autumn definitely wins, and it has always been my favorite season ever since I could remember, and part of it has to do with the cozy feel of things. It's the changing of the atmosphere, the changing of the season, the leaves falling, the earth getting ready for winter rest, and everything just begins to feel calm and quiet and peaceful. And going hand in hand with that is my love for comfort food. And I think fall is the perfect time to cook my favorite comfort foods. One of the things that make me the most excited about cooking up comfort foods is the joy that it brings my family. When I prepare my favorite comfort foods or experiment with some new recipes, such as fall time desserts, and watching my family try my recipes and just enjoy them, and the comments that they make, like, "Oh mom, this is the best you've ever made," or "This is absolutely delicious," it just brings me absolute joy. And I adore cooking for my family. And this is why I'm so passionate, and I just really love sharing my videos with all of you so that I can share the love that I have for cooking and baking for my family, and I can inspire you to do the same. To start with, today I am making a pecan maple upside down cake, and it's a delightfully sticky, sweet, caramelly, mapley, and absolutely delicious fall dessert. The way that I would describe the smells and the taste of this delicious pecan maple cake would be something like sitting on a porch in a rocking chair of a cabin somewhere high in the mountains with all the maple trees with their leaves that have already changed colors, and there's fog all around you, and you've got your toasty, warm cup of coffee, all the smells and the wonders of fall all in one cake. This is how I would describe this absolutely delicious cake. Once you're done with the caramel pecan part, you want to just put it out in the cookie sheet and let it refrigerate for 30 minutes to an hour. While that sits in the refrigerator, I am getting started on the cake batter. Up next, I'm working on a tomato bisque soup. I was originally making this soup for our homeschool co-op group, but I ended up filming this because it was my first time making tomato bisque and it turned out so good, and I'm really glad that I ended up making a video of this, and I am sharing this recipe with you because it turned out amazing. Everybody loved it, and it's so simple. There's just a handful of ingredients, and it is amazingly tasty. So be sure to check out my recipe in the description box below. A long time ago, I used to love ordering the tomato bisque soup at restaurants, and it was one of my absolute favorite soups. And I don't know why, but for a while I kind of forgot about it, and suddenly it came to mind when we had to bring something for our homeschool group to share with our community. So if you ever need to quickly throw together a fall soup, this one would be a perfect option just because it has such few ingredients and such few steps, and there's really no prepping that you have to do beforehand. Really, all it is you melt some butter, saute some onions, and the only thing that I would do differently is I sauteed some garlic later because that was an afterthought. The original recipe did not call for garlic, but I was remembering this soup that I used to love at a restaurant that we used to go to a long time ago, and I was sure that I remembered tasting garlic, and so I decided to later just saute some garlic and butter. But I would do that right away next time. I would just melt the butter, saute the onions and the garlic together, and then begin adding in the diced tomatoes, the chicken broth, and all the spices, and then go ahead and bring it to a boil. If you've never cooked a soup before that calls for heavy cream, the reason that you don't want to add the heavy cream into the soup until after it's fully cooked and ready, and you add it towards the end, is because you don't want the milk to curdle. So once the soup is all cooked, you blend the soup with an immersion blender, and you can go ahead and just blend it while it's hot. Just be careful so that nothing splashes on you because it will hurt. So blend the soup until it's all fully blended, there's no chunks, and then you pour in that heavy cream and then give it a good mix. And I left it on the hot cook stove, but make sure that it's turned off. A delicious way to serve this soup is either with a grilled cheese sandwich or a sourdough cheesy bread, and I have shared in a previous video my full recipe for my sourdough cheesy bread, so be sure to get the link to my recipe in the description box below. And I've also included a link to my full YouTube video where I show you how to make this sourdough cheesy bread. Laundry is one of those things that I'm still trying to master in my homemaking skills, because it seems like I can be so on top of laundry one week and everything is done in a timely manner and everything's washed, dried, folded, put away. And then there's other weeks where it seems if I miss one single day, everything gets backed up and I have a huge pile of a week's worth of clothing. And so I'm still, I guess it kind of comes in cycles, and I'm still trying to master that, where I just have a routine that really, really works. Something I heard recently that somebody shared, it was an older woman with grown children, and she was saying that if she can go back in time, she would just stop what she's doing with the cooking, the baking, the dishes, the laundry, and just go and be with her children. And I feel like I am really learning to do that, because I can get so tied up and so caught up with my homemaking, which I know I have to be doing diligently and with care, but I know there are also moments that I have missed just because I was too busy. And it's funny because You would think that, I'm homeschooling and homemaking and I have spent all the wonderful moments with my children that I could have possibly spent, but that simply isn't true because I still, even at home, being with them all day long, I can be too distracted to give them my attention. And I'm really trying to be more intentional about that, just to notice them when they need my attention, or just to talk to me, or just to observe them, just quietly stop and watch as they're playing with their toys or whatever, just laughing and talking. And even that, soaking in that moment, is just really important for us as homemakers, mothers, to just be able to pause and stop what we're doing and just really live in the moment and soak it in. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, even though I don't exactly have my laundry rhythm and routine figured out quite yet, and maybe I'll never have it down perfect, especially not in this season where we're raising 4 children. Maybe you're feeling the same, where you're just kind of getting backed up and behind on certain things. It's okay, it happens every now and then. And as long as you are just diving in, being with your children, loving on your family, doing the best that you can, I think the time that you put into your kids is way more important than having a completed task list. Thank you so much for joining me in this week's video. I hope you found some encouragement, inspiration, motivation, or just ideas for what to prepare at home for your family. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.